Hello, welcome back to the channel. Well, I've been talking about the central bank digital currencies, and it looks like it's coming thick and fast. First of all, we had the consultation paper of digital IDs, and it seems now we have a consultation on the new digital pound. I thought it might be interesting to have a look at this. It was published on the 7th of February 2023. I'm recording this on the 10th, so that was a few days ago, and one of my lovely viewers has sent it to me to have a look at and, of course, share with you. Now, of course, it's being sold as a very convenient thing for us. We're going to be able to pay in a whole new way. It's going to be easier. We don't have to carry all that horrible loose change. Although it says, according to the blurb, and we'll go through that in a second, that it will, of course, work in conjunction, alongside ordinary money. You wonder just how long that ordinary money will be available, and whether, in fact, they'll bother to print any with the new king's head on it. But let's take an open view about this and not be too critical or biased, and see what they're saying and what the consultation paper has to offer. So it's from the Bank of England, as you can see, and it says here a digital pound, a new form of money for households and businesses. So this is just a consultation paper, and we'll scroll down and see what's on it. It's the overview here, Bank of England and HM Treasury publication. They say the way we use money is changing. This consultation paper sets out our assessment of the case for a retail central bank digital currency, a so-called digital pound. It has been overseen by the joint Bank HM Treasury, the CBDC task force that was announced in April 2021. Did you not hear about that? You may not have done. You may have been rather busy in your life and not noticed. But here it is. It says at this stage, we judge it likely that the digital pound will be needed in the future. It is too early to decide whether to introduce a digital pound, but we are convinced preparatory work is justified. The digital pound will be a new form of sterling, similar to a digital banknote issued by the Bank of England. It would be used by households and businesses for their everyday payment needs. It would be used in store, online, and to make payments to family and friends. If introduced, it would exist alongside and be easily exchangeable with cash and bank deposits. The digital pound would maintain public access to retail central bank money, and as our lifestyles and the economy become more digital, it would also promote innovation, choice, and efficiency in domestic payments. During this consultation, HM Treasury and the Bank of England will engage extensively, it says here, with stakeholders across the UK to seek views on the proposed model of the digital pound set out. Responses to this consultation are invited from all interested members of the public, experts and organisations. Well, I would hope that we are all experts in the use of our own money, in which at the moment, as you know, is a private transaction if you're using cash. If you're using notes, the promissory notes that promise to pay a debt that you may have, which of course is private. My concerns with a digital currency is that perhaps this could be linked to other things such as carbon credits. They haven't said that, and maybe that's something that one would want to make sure is not part of it. Now, like you, I am all for convenience. A convenient way of not having to have hundreds of one-penny pieces or tuppenny bits in one's pocket, of course, is much easier when you're going out and about. But it does depend on if it's convenient just for me or is it convenient for somebody else to know what I am spending. So there is a PDF that goes with this. Let's just have a brief look at that, but you can download that. And of course, I will leave the link in the description for you. So here we have the crest, the digital pound, a new form of money for households and businesses. And again, February 2023. So we're right at the beginning stage here. Crown copyright 2023, so I hope they won't go after me for just showing and inviting everybody to take part, of course. We have, excuse me, contents all about it in, there's quite a few pages, about 100 pages of information here, as you can see. So we have our proposal for the digital pound, about the new technologies and the money, forms of money now in and what they propose, the likely need for a digital pound, and future trends, motivations for the digital pound. It all sounds all very nice and plausible. We have the monetary and financial stability, which I think is quite curious, because if it's digital, it's just ones and zeros. How do you know anything is there to back it up? What's to stop somebody who needs a little extra money, as we've seen the government do, printing more money as and when they like? And you think, well, what actually is backing that up? We seem to be in debt by trillions. So I'm just a bit confused by all of that. We also then have our model for the digital pound, the platform, how it's going to be, I suppose, used, how you're going to use it, whether that's on some form of card or whether it's put onto your phone. And like we do with our banks now with the phone app, you can just tap and go, whether it will be more of a scanning thing and QR codes and all of that. There's all that information. I have not yet had a chance to go and have a look at that, but I just wanted to bring you aware that the consultation is happening. And if we just have a quick look here at ways that you can respond to this consultation, there's an online form. So we get things like the digital pound, a new form of money. And of course, it's, a new form of money. It sounds all very exciting. And so here's some of the questions. You can go through this yourself. I don't need to spend too long on this. It doesn't seem to be asking too difficult questions. Are you an individual or an organization? You click that. What's your name? What's your email address? We can click that. Do you have comments on how trends in payments may evolve and opportunities and risks that may entail? Now, maybe that I'll go back with an expert on this in a little bit more detail in another video. Given our primary motivations, does our proposed design for the digital pound meet its objectives? What do you think about that? Do you have comments on our proposition for the roles and responsibilities of private sector digital wallets as set out in the platform model? And do you agree that private sector digital wallets providers should hold end users' funds directly on their balance sheet? So it's going to go into quite an interesting and quite detailed. So perhaps you need to have some, not so much legal advice, but some financial advice in order to be able to respond to this. Now, if you are somebody who is a financial advisor and you have a little bit of time in your hands and would be prepared to go through this with me and answer these questions, what would be in favour of ordinary people and small businesses, not so much large corporations who seem to be doing very well, thank you very much, but I'm much more interested in independent people who are small-scale businesses who perhaps would find some of this a bit onerous to fill in or have an opinion on, because it's clearly, like all these government incentive things, going to be sold on the basis that it is really good for us. As somebody who's slightly skeptic about these things, I have no problem in dealing with them and integrating them if they really are a benefit to us as ordinary people, and not so much a form of surveillance or monitoring or even having an opinion on how you spend your money. We know that with banks at the moment, when you put your money into the bank, for technical reasons, it's no longer your money, even though you can get it out and you can spend it and you can get it back to you. It is, for technical reasons, it's almost like it's a gift to them. They have legal obligations to return it to you, but then they can do whatever they like with it. You have no say in how they're going to invest it or what they do with it. I would be interested to know, if you change your sovereign currency into this digital pound, how many rights, what rights you have to it, or does it disappear down a black hole? And is it fixed to any sort of social credit, any carbon credit, anything that that the Bank of England decides, actually, we no longer want to give you that money. I would be interested to know that. You'll be pleased to know that not only can you just fill in that form, but there is a place that you can write to if you are in favour or opposed, of course, to the digital pound, and that is the Digital Pound Consultation, the CBDC Unit, Bank of England, Threadneedle Street, London, EC2R8AH. And there is also a email address which I shall copy and paste into the description of this video. So there, very quick look at the consultation paper, but I'm hoping that I can go back through this if somebody comes forward who's had a look at it and a chance to go through it and see what the pros and cons are for particularly ordinary everyday people. Thank you for joining me on this. I just wanted to bring it to you. And of course, if I get anything else, I will. Please leave your comments in the comment box, obviously. And if you want to contact me, do contact me by email. Be aware that I may take a bit of time to reply because I get quite a lot of emails. But anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one.